Hi guys, and welcome back to TLDR. Today we'll be reading r/writing prompts. First prompt is by user JessieB342. Upon death, you find yourself at the gates of Heck, a place for people who were bad but not truly evil. Instead of torture, you have to deal with minor annoyances for all eternity. You are greeted by Sir Berus, the three-headed chihuahua, who promptly pisses on your shoes. And the comment I'll be reading is from Breenog. "You've got to be kidding me," I growled. The absurd three-headed dog currently pissing on my shoes wagged its tail, causing its whole body to move from side to side. Predictably, the piss aimed at my shoes splashed onto my shins, thoroughly soaking my socks. I kicked at the dog. It squeaked and ran away, piss flowing freely, even in its flight. "Well, I knew I wasn't going to heaven," I said. My socks squelched as I walked down the corridor I'd appeared in. The sharp smell of ammonia wafted up to me with every step. The corridor wasn't long, but the walls were visibly off-plumb. Combined with the smell of piss, made me a little nauseated. It was like I was in danger of throwing up. It was just uncomfortable. The sign on the door I reached didn't help. The letters were faded and printed in a fuzzy font that looked permanently out of focus. It read, "Welcome to Heck. Your earthly deeds, while not enough to get you into heaven, were not terrible enough to send you to hell. Please enjoy all of the amenities provided by Heck. P.S. We apologize for Sir Berus. He has a weak bladder. A washer and dryer have been provided for your convenience in the next room." That's damn decent of them, I thought. I turned the handle, but the door wouldn't budge. I shouldered my way in, and finally it opened. Looking more closely, I could see it was only plumb part of the hallway. Thankfully, the room I entered didn't suffer the same structural deficiency. It was small, as promised. A washer and dryer sat against the far wall. I sat on the small chair provided and kicked off my shoes. Using my toes, I removed my socks. After several attempts, I managed to kick them into the washer. Looking down at my shoes, I decided they should go in too. "Exact change only," I said, looking at the price of the washer. I reached into my pocket and pulled out $2 bills. Pretty convenient since it was $1 per machine. I put the first dollar in the bill slot. It accepted it, then spit it back out. I tried the other dollar. Same thing. I spread the bills out and rubbed them against the edge of the machine. Once I deemed them straight enough, I tried again. "God damn it!" I screamed as it spit the bill out again. After several more failed attempts, I crumpled the bills up and threw them on the floor. My socks and shoes needed washing. I picked up the bills and defiantly thrust one into the slot. It accepted it. The machine took forever to fill, and for the next hour I listened to my shoes bang inside the machine. The dryer took my last bill without protest, but with no water to cushion the blows, my shoes made a horrendous racket. By the time the dryer finished, my head was pounding, nearly as hard as the shoes had been. There's nothing quite like the feeling of putting on freshly dried socks. I eagerly reached in and withdrew my things. There was only one goddamn sock! I put on my one socks and shoes and left the laundry room. Immediately I was standing at the end of a long line of other people. They crowded together, occasionally josting one another. Many of them were speaking, but in voices so low I couldn't understand them. I tried to speak to a few, but they looked at me with dead eyes and turned away. After I don't know how long, I found myself forced to choose between two lines. The signs over them read, "Acceptance" and "Grievances," with an arrow showing where to stand. "No effing way am I accepting this poop," I said. A few people turned to me and chuckled. "Oh, so now they understand?" I got in the "Grievances" line and waited. My feet were killing me, and a blister had formed on my sockless foot. At last I stepped up to the counter. A fairly pretty woman smiled warmly at me. She seemed more real than other people in line. Her brown eyes practically screamed sincere concern. As I started to speak, she placed a sign on the counter and walked away. "The grievance department is now closed. Please return during normal business hours." "Mother effer," I snarled. The people disappeared, and once again Sir Berus was pissing on my shoes. I'm TLDR. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!